So you're not very attracted to guys who are very youthful. I think that goes into the fact that you're generally not attracted to guys who are not mature, who are not going to be that alpha dude.
Nope. Right.
So you want a guy who is going to be able to take the lead, and that generally increases with age. Mm-hmm. So for men, we don't want that. We want a woman who's not as experienced so that we can lead them where they don't have all of that emotional baggage, that relationship baggage.
But that comes
Some guys get
protector.
tired of having to lead women.
Yeah.
Well,
Isn't it a little
Some guys get very exhausted when they have to lead women in a way that they don't want to lead them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they don't want to lead them, but I'm saying if it's not the way that they like it, they don't really super it. You know what I
You're
mean?
very attractive men, both of you. So.
Yeah.
And I think
men don't want to lead insubordinate women.
Yeah.
And
like,
they don't want to. They don't want the not the situation they want, right? Like like you were saying, there is that brand, like they want the exact thing that they like. If they want you to be a subordinate woman, then that is what that guy wants. If they want you to be the bossy woman, then that's what they want.
Just to address that, like words have to have meaning. So if you want a man who's a leader, there's two sides of the coin there. In order to lead, somebody has to follow.
Yeah.
So what we have going on, I think men to some degree lack leadership, and women certainly are not prepared to follow.
Right.
Because we're in this new era of like
that's what I was going to say.
I think though a good way instead of following though is the word support. You know what I mean? Like, I think that what happens is that you have two kings fighting for a crown.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what I mean? Like, it's
I do have something.
Okay,
talk.
Then I have to show the bow video.
So, I mean, okay, if you are a true leader, you need somebody that is going to support your mission. Mm-hmm. So, like, if we're going to take the military as our example, there is somebody at the very top of the military making all of the decisions. Now, if the people below me are going against my mission, I'm going to kick them out, get them out of there. They are not helping me support my mission. So as a man, I want to find a wife who is going to support my mission. And if she is constantly kicking my legs out and going in the opposite direction as me, she's not following. She's not submitting. Yeah, and she's not letting me lead. It's her sacrificing her choice, not choice, but her desires in order to support me in my mission.
It's like you as a man don't want a woman that you feel you have to push up the hill.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel
you don't want to push her up the hill. If she can't walk up that hill, then fuck her.
Not only that,
I'm sorry,
but I feel like
it is what it is. You know, if you can't
push her up the hill.
Yeah, you know, like what I mean with that is a man doesn't want to
like
always try to push her. Like,
well, a man wants.
It's exhausting.
Yeah,
push her. No. I'm walking. You're behind me.
Yeah, but
to get her up the hill, he has to support her the whole
time. The thing is, a lot
of
I
ain't pushing.
Exactly, that's
I
what
got
we
you
want.
on a leash.
That's
exactly.
Dragging you. I'm not pushing. I drag.
That's what I
I'm a dragger.
Oh, so you don't
drag.
just leave them there? Because for me, if you're like,
that's
a drag.
It's like a landing on the hill situation.
No push.
Like
I don't push. I drag. Drag. If I have to drag you by your ankles, I'll drag you by the ankles. We could put something around.
I'd say hair, but you can pick.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what the pushing and thing.
I wanted to say. The problem with the culture now is women want to be so goddamn independent, but then when it comes down to being like, oh, but wait, can you go do this for me?
Not only that, but I feel like right now, what a 21-year-old is probably not what a mature man that's looking for a relationship, like a serious relationship is. Like a lot of like 21-year-old, 22-year-old are like partying, like they don't want to like let go of their freedom, like they just want to live that single life. So I think that like it's just something that when you're in a man and you're mature, you kind of don't want to be like with someone too young. Maybe somebody that already reached that level of maturity, because then you are, like you said, you're pushing that person or like having, and it's a lot of work for a man to have to like drag a woman. Like you want someone to be supportive, especially if you're if you're an entrepreneur and you're focused on your like mission. You don't want a woman like dragging you down, you know? And a lot of young girls can do that, especially like I think it's more like back in the days when like our parents were growing up and like there was like, you know, a very different lifestyle. Like a 20-year-old woman was a wife, like a mother, you know, like that's not a thing anymore. So
Carla, go ahead, and then I'm going to move on to another topic. Go ahead.
So I think that culture, though, is kind of reverting itself, or because the struggles that I have with my women or the women that I coach and just my community in general, they're like, I'm feminine, I'm giving it up. Like, I want to be submissive. I want to find that man to be a leader. And they're like slowly not wanting to be that independent woman. Like, they're all waking up. And I think now we're in a culture right now, in a period where we can't find leaders anymore, because I honestly think that it's because of the public school system and just the school system and the education system in general. But I think that version of women wanting to be independent is outdated, and the sooner we realize that, I think relationships are going to be a lot happier. Because again, I got married at 22, and I have I could say I have friends that are married too, and they're young. So a lot of women are waking up. They're like, this independent thing, that's that's a scam. Let's not do that. So I think the issue now is like men have to wake up too, and they're not waking up fast enough for us ladies, I think.
Can I add something to that? I think now that, like, you know, I do see that a lot happening, but I think that now it's going to get a little bit hard with men because sex is given so easily, so they're not forced to commit at this point.
So ready to give up.
That's why.
So it's like these girls are out there and they're really like, why am I not getting the right man? But it's like, why would they commit when everybody else is just like, you know, having sex with each other?
That's why I tell my ladies, I'm like, we're not doing that. We're smarter than that. Let's be smarter.
Yeah, but they won't do it, but other girls are doing it.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
What messes it up.
But that's how you can tell a man from a boy. A man is like, oh no, she's a good one, I'm going for that one. That's exactly what happened to me.
Yeah, but then it's hard to find.
I disagree a little bit.
Then it's hard to find these men.
But
it's like 1 in a million at this point.
No. If you,
I'll wait if she's
I feel
a
like
virgin.
that's
Maybe.
I feel like that's limiting.
Days. I'll wait a couple days. She's a virgin.
How generous of you,
I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy.
That's a limiting belief, I think, because I mean, I grew up with, you know, wanting to wait until marriage, and all the guys that I encounter, I've been very blessed with the relationships that I've had. They would respect me, and I know that there's a lot of men that would respect the woman that respects herself. A man is only going to go as far as a woman lets him, and I say this time and time again. So it's not the only way that we can fix the dating market is if we fix ourselves first.
100%.
So and I agree with you that other girls are giving it up easily, but that's not our problem. Our problem is like, let's differentiate between a boy and a man. A man is going to recognize very fast what wife material is versus just like a fun time.
Yeah.
The cat's out of the bag, though. The cat's out. Okay.